Welcome to the Be North Gippy podcast, and it is edition 20. Can you believe it that the season is nearly over? The 20th edition of Be North Gippy. Unbelievable. Hey, we've got a big show too, because there's a lot to get through. It is second semi-final weekend this weekend, and it all kicks off on the Saturday out at Woodside with TTU and Woodside. And then on the Sunday, it's first semi-final day, and it's Hayfield taking on Rosedale. Can you believe it? Two sides playing finals on their home ground that finished below the teams that they're playing against. And it could happen in preliminary final weekend too, depending on the results on Sunday. Well, there's also the netball. We'll be talking to Tess Maxfield later in the show. She did a wonderful job out at the netball last weekend, and she's all about it again this weekend. On the Saturday, she'll have Emily Whitty in the saddle alongside her. Then on the Sunday, out at Rosedale, she'll have Meg Gordon again, who called with her last Sunday. Should be a big weekend of footy and netball in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. And to help me get through the next 45 minutes is none other than Matty Mosley. Welcome, Matty.
Hello, Brad. How are you going?
Oh, it's been a wet week.
It has. And it's only going to get wetter too, I think.
It is now. You work in the outdoors. How's your week been?
I've actually been pretty lucky. I've dodged the wet weather most of the week, but it's the wind that's got me.
Oh, yeah, that's been in. Well, it's that time of year, isn't it?
It is.
Disgusting. Sunday's the last day of winter, and you know what? I reckon that's when it starts.
Yes. Well, I just want the weather to stop and just clear up a little bit. We've had such a good year, and now we've got to finals and it's wet.
Yeah, we all know what grand final day was like last year. We don't want that again.
No, we definitely don't.
We've been spoilt, and we just want to keep being spoilt, Matty.
We do. That's exactly right.
Week one of finals last week. It started off over at the George Bates Reserve at Yallourn North, where Woodside, 12-10-82, ran out 30-point winners over Hayfield, 8-4-52. Goal kickers for Woodside, Stainer got 4 and O'Sullivan 3. Best were Ashton Jansen, Ryan Fote and Lee Stockdale. And for Hayfield, the coach Brown got 4, 3 in the first quarter. Kyle Graham got 3, and best were Marchese, Patmore and McMillan. The game went the way we probably thought, but Hayfield did jump them at the start.
They did, and it was all thanks to Lee Brown, but I don't think the game itself set great heights. And I've said this to you off air and on Saturday as well. I don't know if it's because they had the double chance, these two teams, and it wasn't, to live another day type of thing. So it wasn't the greatest game of footy to watch on the Saturday, but we'll wait and see what happens this week.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest game and wasn't the greatest weather we had.
No.
We had everything, didn't we?
We did, especially early on.
It's 2 weeks in a row we're out at George Bates, and I love the venue. I love the place, but boy, it was cold.
It was, and I think we're going to cop it on Saturday too at Woodside, quietly.
I think you're right. Hey, then on the Sunday, we travelled over to Glengarry for the elimination final with same margin, nearly the same score. 13-8-86 Rosedale ran out 30-point winners. Sales City 7-14-56. So 82-52 on the Saturday, 86-56 on the Sunday was just bizarre. Rosedale goal kickers. Spencer Fox got 5. Best named by Rosedale on Play HQ were North, Rowan Diamond and Jay Diamond. And for Sales City, Martin and McCulloch got 2. Best were McGuinness, Martin and McCulloch.
Which is a surprise. I thought he was quite quiet for his standards in Caden.
Yeah, and clubs usually think that way. I mean, McGuinness was the dominant ruckman. There's no doubt or no two ways about that. He was unbelievable. And give Martin and McCulloch first use most of the day, as did Whitehill. So, but they couldn't get it done in the end. It was just their back six, I thought, of Rosedale that just kept them at bay, didn't they?
They did, and Sale City just lacked the polish at the moment. I know they're injury ravaged, and I think they're just lacking one or two big players to hold that spine up. I think that's what's lacking for them, but I think Rosedale in a really good position. I think they're very young and they're ready to go. They could possibly get Hayfield out in straight sets.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I think I
yes.
know when we go to our tips. I know.
Oh, you never know.
I think I know what's going on there. But yeah, both games, 5 goals on the weekend. So interesting season for Sale City. They had a lot of injuries. They did. The early exit. But I'll tell you what, they'll be working very hard right now, Matty, on 2026. Don't worry about that.
Yes. And we've got some good talks about what Sale City are going to do in the off-season. I like what they're going to do.
Oh, you're going to talk about – when are you talking about that?
Next year.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep it on back because hopefully it comes to fruition. But I think they're in good stead.
Yeah, now I think on that game on the Sunday you might have retired Kane Martin too, did you?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think you did a few times.
Yeah, I just want to send out an apology to Kane or anyone at Sale City. I'm not saying I know of anything or something's happened. I'm just saying, what could it be? I mean, he's 36 and he played brilliantly on the weekend. I'm hoping he doesn't. I want him going on. Don't worry about that. I reckon he's a sensational player. And Sale City want him running around again, I've got no doubt. But you just don't know. I mean, there's other things in life when you get to 36 than footy.
Yes, things overtake footy, unfortunately, with family and work commitments and things like that. It's not like what it was when you're in your 20s.
No, and
when you lived and breathed for it.
That's right. No, there's no doubt where, you can put on a set of headphones and become fat and sit in a broadcast van when you finish too. So there's always a job for Kane Martin. We could use him if he wants to go down that path. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we'll tell him where the hot dogs are, don't you?
Hey, week 2 this week, Matty. Second semi-final on Saturday out at Woodside. Now, this is quite interesting, this.
It is.
The 2 away sides get to play home finals. And it could happen again next week if Hayfield topple Rosedale. They'll be playing the prelim on their home ground against either TTU or Woodside. It's just getting bizarre, this competition with finals, with what's happened. But the second semi on Saturday, TTU take on Woodside. Let's go through it, have a look at it. Won't get a tip right now from you, but it's just some of the matchups that look really interesting. Obviously, we go straight to the midfield, don't we? Where there's Mick Jacobson, Cam Whiteoak for Woodside, and then other matchups that might happen, you'll see Josh Morgan playing in that midfield for Woodside, and I reckon he might be up against Willerton. And then there's Dyke and Savage that could be playing. And then in the ruck, obviously, you've got Ryan Fote and Brawns. Now, wow, this is these matchups on Saturday in the midfield are worth the entrance on their own, Matty.
They are, and you can add Michaelides into that midfield side as well.
Yes, of course.
It's going to be really mouth-watering, really, in that midfield, because I think whoever wins the midfield battle is going to probably nearly win the game for whoever wins that midfield battle.
You're right. It's Michaelides will be in there. There's no doubt at the start. He'll start in there somewhere. And, wow. And then you go up the other end. You go up the forward end. So let's start for Woodside's forward area. And you've got guys like Stainer and O'Sullivan that are in real form.
They are.
Then you've got Brown, Kilgour, Guy Sinclair, Liam Mickey, who gets who. But that's a good back 6 area. You've got James Jacobson, Mickey Hourigan. You got them all. And anyone else can float.
Sinclair, you got a lot of good players there as well.
And then you got the back 6 of Woodside of, say, Benny and Luke Johnson. And then you got Stevens, Stockdale obviously missing, Adam Jansen that's just been in super form as well. And then you got the forwards at TTU. I mean, Denovan hasn't been in great form the last month. Duncan's been okay. Nielsen will be there. Waddell's good, smart around the front. It's a real battle, isn't it? No one of these sides are top 2.
You got to look at the weather. What's the weather going to do? It's going to be a territory battle as well. And will anyone pick up Mick Stockdale? Can someone please pick him up?
Oh, I hope someone's been listening to our broadcast because right now, I know this, and it's not defensive. It's not defensive. Put a defensive forward on them.
Yeah.
It's not a tag, but you might go to someone like James Jacobson or Hurrigan or whoever, and you might say, listen, when they're transitioning out of our forward half, someone has to be on Stockdale's toes and not allow him that easy space because his next delivery ball's hitting up a target in the middle of the ground.
I reckon I've seen him out of, I reckon he gets 100 kicks since we've watched him. He 9 times out of 10, he'll hit that target. And the thing is, when he hits that target, all of a sudden Woodside are centre forward and they can just shoot it straight down. And that's the kick you need to break down, and that's Mick Stockdale.
Absolutely. It's the best back six in the competition.
It is.
And I'll go as far as saying if you go up a couple of leagues, it might even have one of the better back sixes in the major league.
Well, there's a lot of Gippsland players that have played in that Woodside side, so you're pretty spot on.
And they don't have to be young, whilst there's few of them that still are. What I'm saying structurally, they work together verbally and they structure up and tell each other where they need to be at a certain time. It is just beautiful to watch.
It is, and they go by their strengths as well. They just know exactly what they're doing. They understand the time of the quarter. They understand if they're up or they're down, if they have to hold on to the footy or they've got to move it quickly. It's just very mature. It's actually very good to watch if you understand what they're doing.
Now they've met twice this year. We've called both games. Round one out at Woodside. It was an 8-point game for TTU. Sullivan got 5 for Woodside and was named best. Braun's got 4. Hayden Willetton was best on ground that day.
He was.
And in round 12 on July 5, TTU got the Chocolates by 35 points. And the big thing for me was the shared goal kickers of TTU. It was Sam Curtin and Will Curtin, Shields, Denovan and Braun's all got 2. So they all chipped in. But there was no real key forward that stood up on the day, and it's because of that back six.
It is. And I look at it as well as round one was about 25 to 30 degrees. It was hot back then. The weather was okay, but the weather is going to play havoc with these two teams on the weekend, whether it's wind or the rain. Whoever can adapt to this weather, which we haven't seen these teams play in really bad weather, so we don't know how they're going to adapt.
Yeah.
So normally it's a big body players that adapt because the game's slower and they're cleaner, like we've seen it the other week with Yulon North with Big Mullet in the ruck.
Yep.
He was brilliant with his skills. So whoever's got the better skills in the wet is really going to adapt quickly and get the score on the board quickly.
That round 12 game, Jake Albanese got best, Albanese, the
Prime Minister.
He got best for TTU, and Luke Johnson up back was best for Woodside. They were inaccurate on the day, 6-11 Woodside, but they got beat by 35 points. It was 8 points in round one. They haven't been able to beat them yet, and I've just been sitting here speaking like they're the side. It's a tough one. Who are you going to tip?
Oh, well, for a side like Woodside to have a home ground advantage in a final, I know how TTU have been super. They've lost one game all year, but it's so hard to stay up the top for so long. And I just feel like they're just not as dominant as they were maybe 6 to 8 weeks ago. And I'm going to go Woodside.
Wow. And this is incredible. TTU have lost one game, and it was to Rosedale, not to this side that they're playing in the second semi. And I'm going Woodside as well. And now I don't know. It does. And I can't give any reasoning apart from that back six because premierships are won in defence. Mm-hmm. And if you can strangle a side and keep them to a low score, which they have both occasions. They kicked 12 in round 12 TTU, and they kept them to 13 in round one on a very nice open day, warm day. I think at Woodside in the wet, it's going to be really hard to kick goals, and I can see him holding them to 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think if you kick 10 goals, you're going to win. Doesn't matter which side it's going to be. If you kick 10, you're going to win.
I can't believe I'm tipping against TTU in the second semi-final, but the home ground advantage does hold a bit of weight there, Matty.
Look, I think if TTU were playing a final at TTU, I think I'd go TTU. That was a lot of TTUs right then.
Yeah, it certainly was.
But, yeah, a home final's massive.
It is.
Absolutely massive.
So we're both going Woodside. Unbelievable, really, when you think of it. Let's look at the Sunday game. The the first semi-final on Sunday between Hayfield and Rosedale at Rosedale. It'll be interesting to see how we go with our tips here in the sense that we've just gone with Woodside and in a home ground advantage in a final. Let's firstly look at some of the midfield matchups here with Hayfield and Rosedale. Should be sensational. Declan Barnett will start in the middle. There's no doubt about that for Rosedale.
Who's he going to heckle this week?
Oh, everyone. Anyone that walks past him. Even the pie boy. I reckon he'll start up. I reckon the matchup there's McMillan in the middle.
That's a good matchup. That is a good matchup.
Or Bennett.
Like that.
One of the two. It'll
be Bennett,
Bennett Barnett or McMillan Barnett. That's the way I reckon it'll go. Then you got, with Rosedale, you got McConnell and Safstrom. There'll be Hull in there. Very lucky to be playing, to be quite honest.
Very lucky.
But he's in some sort of form too. It's the area for me. Again, I go to the back six. Van der Zwart's an absolute ripper. Spencer Fox won't have it all his own way, although he did kick 5 against Hayfield earlier in the year.
He did, yes. We were there.
Yes. Hayfield that day had Sheen, who kicked 5. Yes. They won't have him on Sunday. But Van der Zwart on Spencer Fox is... Van der Zwart's the best, I think, the best traditional type fullback in the competition. And I think Lee Brown would agree with that too. Mark Casey's the one for me running off half-back. He's an absolute ripper.
He is. And there's going to be obviously no Harper Fox either, who played in this game last time. So it's, what does Driscoll do this week? We know he's hurt his hand. He will say it's okay.
Does he play?
Absolutely he plays. He came back on last week.
Yeah.
He'll be restricted, but he makes your team grow taller.
Oh.
Like, he really does. And all he's got to do is punch that footy away.
Yep.
And if he can block down Lee Brown, sit in his way, that's all he has to do this week. So I think he plays. What about you? Do you think he plays?
I think he'll play. I think he's got a lot of heart and a lot of courage just to get back on that ground, because that fall onto that arm, that wrist or hand, whatever the injury is, was right in front of us, and it didn't look good at all. I thought break straight away.
Yes, so did I. The way he grimaced.
Yeah, and quite often, after finals are one and done and finished, you hear of things, and I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that he had a slight fracture in that wrist.
Yeah, I totally agree.
When it's all done and finished. Hey, the ruck duel, BR for Hayfield, big body with Paulie. Now, when we look at last week, McGuinness tore them apart in the ruck, but they still got the job done by 5 goals. So I don't think it matters in the ruck.
No, I think if all Paulie's got to do this week is break even, and let the boys go to work. So I think it's more favourable for Rosedale in the ruck this week than obviously against Dane McGuinness from Sale City.
So who goes to Lee Brown? I mean, he kicked 3 first quarter goals on the weekend. The opposition Woodside were still able to get up over them, but
they don't have a big body.
They don't. North will start there, I think.
Yeah, he's big enough, but Lee Brown's a big man. You're going to have to double team him. There's no doubt about it.
And Driscoll floating across the front, which we did mention to him in the post-game. Be very careful.
Yes, because he will run through you. There's no doubt about it.
Lee Brown's the key for them up forward. I know Kyle Graham's been in great form too. So they've got some goal-kicking power. Humphreys is good. I like Caleb Ronan across half forward and Eastham as well.
I just think if things aren't working well, I think even if the weather is still quite off on the Sunday, I'm going to harp on the weather because it's going to play a massive factor. And if it's not that good on the Sunday, I just feel like Lee Brown might be a waste down forward. He might need to play up higher because he's such a big cog to that team.
Yeah, he's very versatile and he'll go where he needs to go, won't he?
Yeah.
The other one that really I'd like to touch on, and I don't know if underrated's the word, but we don't talk a lot about Will Kelly. I know you like him. He's a big midfielder. He's a bit of a key here.
Yeah, he comes off the bench, I've noticed.
Yes.
But I've first time I've watched him, like he's a big man, like he's very tall. I always said like a Patrick Cripps type midfielder.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's as good as Patrick Cripps, but he's that type of build. He's a big man. So this weather might come in for him. It might be better for him. But I think he'll work. I think Robbie McMillan will have a great weekend as well. I think this will suit him, this type of weather conditions as well.
Yeah, Robbie McMillan, the runner-up in the league medal to Mick Jacobson last year, actually.
Yes.
Had a good season. He's had another good season. It's going to be an interesting matchup. All over the ground. The Diamond brothers are in some sort of form up back six as well. So they'll chop out North and Driscoll and help them out. And there's no doubt about that. And of course, they've got the Australia's most popular farmer, Stuckey back there. That he's quick running off half back. He's a real good player for them.
He is, and he delivers well. He uses the ball always really well. So they've got good kicks too. Like we talk about Nick Stockdale from Woodside. They've got some good kicks coming out of defence as well.
Yeah. And the other one in the midfield too for Rosedale had a very good game last Sunday against Sale City. Was Atley.
Probably one of the best games we've seen him play. Like we say, he's not a flashy player, but he goes in hard. And
Carrieroana was the same as well. His best game for Rosedale in a final. That's when you want him playing your best footy.
Yep, that's exactly right. He played probably his best game as well. Even, who was the other? Was it Fraser Hanley? He played a good game as well. McDonald. There's guys that we hadn't seen during the year come into this side and we're like, who's this bloke?
Actually, Lockie McDonald was excellent last week.
Yes, he was. He hadn't played a lot of footy during the year, but he was really good last week.
Certainly was. So it's tip time, Matty. Who are you going to go, Rosedale, Hayfield?
I'm going to go Rosedale. So that's straight sets out for Hayfield.
I'm going to stick with Hayfield.
You're going to give him a chance?
Both games, I could get both wrong. Now, let's remember, I only got 1 out of 2 last week. You got the 2 out of 2. Which takes, I'm on 76, you're on 72, so it's brought it back to 4. You could get me here. I could have gone TTU Rosedale. I've gone Woodside Hayfield. That's how close these two games on the weekend are going to be in my eyes.
Yeah, yep.
And as you've said on numerous occasions, and you're right, the weather's going to play a big part.
And they haven't played in it in 6 months, really, or 12 months.
No, well, that's right.
When you think
Woodside and TTU played in it last year, the grand final day. So it's nearly 12 months since they've really played in some atrocious conditions. And they're saying the Saturday is just going to be 9-10 degrees, coming in sideways. And
we're getting a kite over from the valley.
Sorry?
We're getting a kite over from the valley
that's probably
on the way to Woodside. Yep.
Probably a good idea.
Yep.
So, going to be interesting. Hey!
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
It's a little bit of a different what's going on this week, Matty. I've just I've had a little bit of a look around at a few things and not a lot of club stuff going on. They wait till they get the finals out of the way. There's been some vote counts and there'll be some more. I did a live stream call of a vote count on Monday night at the Warragul Downtowner for the West Gippsland Junior League.
Yep.
And I've done a few of these over the years, and I've got to say, probably the best one I've ever been involved with. And I think it's because of the juniors. Because it's mixed. There's the girls' footy and the boys' footy. But the faces on these kids when they win, and mixing with everyone, it took me back to my junior days, and it got me thinking, this is why we played the game. We played it because we loved it. We didn't play it because of politics or to get paid or...
you forget about that type of thing, don't you?
You do. And I just sat back on Monday night and I looked at them and I thought, wow, I just got this passion back for me footy all of a sudden. I thought, that's what it's all about, these kids' faces. And now I just want to see how some of the winners, they were close or they won well or whatever. But then I'm talking to a few of the parents and people afterwards, and they're telling me about their season. So I want to follow these kids and see just
how they go.
Yeah, and that's why I love Play HQ. So I'll be doing that. But so the North Gippsland Football Netball League vote count is Sunday the 7th of September out at Tarragone West Sports Complex. So that's Sunday week. That's the day after the prelim final.
Yep.
So we'll be doing that one again. We'll be streaming that one as well. And I know, I'm just saying, that I just hope the clubs get behind that and we turn that into a very good event. But the big one, Wednesday, September the 10th, the grand final dinner out at the Italian Australian Club in Morwell. It's a 6 p.m. for a 6:30 p.m. start. Dress code, semi-formal. Guest speaker, he was great at that. Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue. Razor Ray Chamberlain. Looking forward to that, Matty.
Yes, and people think, a bloody umpire, Razor Ray Chamberlain. He's actually really bloody good.
He's very good.
Yeah, he's actually a really good speaker, and he's got some really good stories as we've seen on the Bloke's biggest ever barbecue.
Oh, what a day that was! And so I'm looking forward to that on the Wednesday. But it's quite interesting that they do that. I wasn't aware of they have a grand final dinner midweek into a grand final.
No,
because right away I would say, as a former coach, that would eliminate 2 clubs that night. I wouldn't be going if I was a senior coach.
You wouldn't go?
Oh, I wouldn't. No, on a Wednesday coming into a grand final, I've got a fair bit going on.
Yep.
As a coach.
Which is interesting because remember we spoke to Jack Brown the other week and he's like, I'm into everything.
Yeah.
I will listen to the podcast, watch games. He lives and breathes it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that they have the vote count on the Sunday, then a couple of days later another function. Well, it works, obviously, but gee, I'm looking forward to both of them. Don't worry about that because I don't have to coach or play. You wouldn't think too many players in a grand final would be there on a Wednesday night. They'd be tucked up in bed, wouldn't they?
Oh, you'd think so, but you never know with the boys in this day and age.
I'll tell you who will be there. If Rosedale get to a grand final, don't worry. The Foxes and the Barnetts will be there. That Declan Barnett, and we've got a little surprise for on Sunday. I got a little video naming Declan Barnett and Harper Fox, who I thought it was Spencer Fox. We spoke about this in the post game on Sunday, but you alluded to me that it was Harper Fox.
Yes, it was Harper. Yes.
Well, I found that video, and we'll be playing that Sunday.
It's a good one. I enjoy it.
It is very good. I think it might have something to do with gambling, that song. It's an absolute ripper, and it was good. Hey, while we're in what's going on, have you seen the AFL Gippsland's Gippsland Team of the Year?
I have.
They've copped a fair bit of flack, whoever picked it. I'll say that. But let's break it down. Break it down. Now, they stipulated 4 from the Gippsland League and 3 from every other league to make up this team. It's a bit of fun. I've read the comments, and people have taken whoever selected it to task on who they've selected. And it's the old adage. This seems to be the one, Matty. People love to say, what does Bill Smith play? Squash? Or what does David Bildam play?
Or did
golf?
Did Dane McGuinness play on the weekend? We don't know.
What is wrong with you people? They've stipulated. They're naming 4 from here, 3 from here, 3 from here, 3 from here. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah, I totally get it.
If you're at a club and one of your team members didn't make it, stiff shit.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Be happy for the people that have been named in the side.
Yes. Let's put it into context. The top league of the Gippsland League, the full forward, he's kicked 85 goals for the year in Ben Crocker. He's not even in there.
That's what they carried. That was one that they've really carried on about. But they got 3 blokes that have kicked 100 in there, haven't they? Well, they got 2.
Well, that's right. Yes, Jay Wells is one of them, and
Mason
people
McGarity.
Both kicked 100.
And what's best kicked? He's in the side. Well,
he would have kicked 80 himself.
Well, come on. It's not. They're not playing anyone, Matty. It's not as if they've picked if they had picked the best side, they would have all come from the Gippsland League, you morons.
Exactly right. You took the words out of my mouth. The best would have come out. 99% of them would have come out of the Gippsland League. So
I don't get it. Why people tie themselves up. What I will say, I'm really happy. 3 North Gippsland players are in there, and it's Mick Jacobson, Mick Driscoll, and Keenan Hughes. None could argue with that.
No, well, we've said Keenan's probably arguably one of the best players in country Victoria. Mick Driscoll's been super all year, and Mick Jacobson's the reigning league best and fairest.
some Yallourn North people might say, well, how come Dean McDonald and Jai Masisa aren't in it? And I can understand that, but you can only pick 3. Mick Jacobson's the reigning league medalist, and he's had a ripping season again. Mick Driscoll's new to the competition, and he's torn it apart. And Keenan Hughes, wow, he's second in the goal kicking with a club that didn't play finals.
Yeah, and he works right up the ground. He does everything, that man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm happy with those. That whoever picked them, I don't know who picked them, but I'm happy with those 3.
And I'm very, very at ease with why it was done. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah,
It's a Gippsland Team of the Year. They're not playing anyone. And the reason I bring this up, I don't want these people saying these sort of things. Hopefully it doesn't stop these people selecting a team again next year.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to do it.
Exactly. And that's what people do. I don't like Team of the Years.
Well, we've been told, are we going to do one? And you've been hesitant from the word go.
Yeah, because I'll tell you my main reason is we don't see every game. Mm-hmm. Not every game's on video to go back and watch over them. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to watch every game. I don't know about you, Matty, but I haven't got the time to watch 5 games a week.
No. And if we choose, we would only go by the 4. We've done most sides 3 or 4 times minimum. So there's a couple of teams that we haven't seen as much, but a maximum of 6 games, and that's all we can go by. That's right. If we did it.
So that's why I don't like them. So you're guessing, and we will do it because there's been a bit of response. So we will do it. And if we cop flack, well, I'm pretty thick-skinned, and I know you are, so I'm not too worried about the flack I cop for it. But so if they want it, give the people what they want. If they want a team of the year, we'll try and pick one. But I can tell you, I try to pick 3 best players each week after calling a game of footy, and I know I get it wrong most weeks.
Yeah.
When you're calling footy, it's not. If you're sitting back and you're purely just sitting there taking notes to get your best player on the ground, you'll do it quite easily. But when I'm calling, I know I get it wrong a lot of the times. So bear with me. We will put our heads together and we will try to get it done. Hey, I've got to say that was first of all.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
Now, just in general chat, Matty, how well received has Mafra Vision Care's Lockie Floyd been accepted into the live stream broadcast over the finals period? He's been brilliant.
He has, and he's actually cleared up a lot of things that I didn't think would come to fruition, I guess. I didn't think there'd be so much to explain and how clear it is. And as soon as he said it, I'm like, yeah, that's fair, because I look at it different. But now we see what an umpire has been taught and what the rules are. The rules are actually right.
Oh, I think it's been a real fresh, a breath of fresh air. I think it's been really good. I think that the thing that I've liked about what he's done, he's been honest.
Yeah, and he's probably copped some flack from his fellow umpire mates, but he's very honest. He's very honest.
I would imagine so, Matty. I reckon he might have copped a ribbing from Sunday because he was openly just honest.
But he said they're human at the end of the day. People have bad days.
Yeah, I've loved it.
And, yep, I can't disagree with what he said. So, but in just talking general chit-chat, do you reckon we should bring up an under-18s who we spoke about on Sunday?
Yes.
He did kick 10.
Yes. You're gonna
Riley Donahue. Yes, Riley Donahue.
What an absolute superstar in the making this young fella is for Sale City.
Yes. Now, you spoke to Jacob Schuback about him earlier in the day, didn't you?
Yeah, it was quarter time, and he was walking past the van, and I grabbed him, and the big fella might have kicked 2 or 3 in the first quarter, I'm not too sure, but I just watched him, and he had a beautiful kick on him, and I thought, this is something to work with, and Jacob's really excited. So is Kane Martin. I spoke to him. They're really excited about this boy. They want to get him into a pre-season, work with him, and I think there's some really good things going to happen at that club with this boy. He's still growing. He's 17.
Oh, he's massive. He's massive, but he's quick for a big fella.
He is.
He's quick.
Below the knees stuff on Sunday was just incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what did he kick? 10-5 for the day.
10-5.
Yeah. And what did you say? Woodside beat them last time. in the 18s.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I might have been young Kind that told me.
Would
And
have been
they've-
Kind.
Yeah, and they've turned it on its head. So,
Yeah.
that'll make it a good 18s game as well this weekend.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, all the footy and netball. And the netball was, I had a look at the girls that did the netball on the weekend, and they were absolutely sensational, and we'll be having them throughout. Well, actually, we're going to have Tess Maxfield, who called the games on the weekend. On Saturday, she called it with Elise Satori, and on Sunday with Meg Gordon. I'm going to have her on the podcast shortly. This Saturday, the second semi-final, Tess Maxfield will call with Emily Whitty from Glengarry, and they're going to call the Churchill Sale City second semi-final. Then on the Sunday, it'll be Tess Maxfield again with Meg Gordon for the Gormandale Hayfield first semi-final. And the netball was received really well, and they did you would not believe that was their first time commentating. They were unbelievable, the girls.
Yes, and they did well because they looked a bit nervous on Saturday, didn't they? You're like, oh, okay, they've got a bit to learn, but hey, they did it and they did a good job.
They looked very nervous, but yeah, I don't know why. They were brilliant. So yeah, so it's become a complete entertainment package for the final series with the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Footy Netball League. There's no doubt about that. With the netball and the footy, the girls. Now, the under-18s is going to be sensational on the weekend again. There's some really good footballers running around in this competition in the under-18s. Churchill and Rosedale on Saturday should be unbelievable, Matty.
It should be, but I actually don't know how true. This is a rumour, but I've heard young Cox from, I think it's Phoenix Cox.
From Hayfield?
He's hurt maybe his Achilles on the weekend.
Yeah.
And I did see him getting carried off. I don't know how true it is, but he's a superstar of the under-18s and he's played senior footy. And if that's the case, that's a massive out for Hayfield and the 18s as well.
Yeah, he won't play. I've been told that he's definitely out. He won't play. But how was Rosedale's comeback in the under-18s?
Oh, unbelievable. Was it 7-1 in the first quarter?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
So them and Churchill on Saturday at Woodside, that is going to be an unbelievable game of football. So I would employ everyone, get out there nice and early and watch this game. 9:45 start for the under-18s. Get out and watch some real good kids running around. I just hope it's not too wet, because it will spoil a fantastic game of under-18 football on Saturday.
Yeah. The two I'd say probably the most informed team, obviously going by last weekend in Rosedale against the undefeated Churchill. That should be very, very good to watch. So if you can get there early, go and have a look at the 18s.
Absolutely, because the Blues' confidence will be sky high after that comeback win.
Yeah.
Hey, the other thing I wanted to just touch on before I let you go is the clubs and the coaches, particularly the coaches this year, because we're streaming. I cannot speak highly enough of the coaches and the clubs and the football team managers and that have got to us with the sides. It was a little bit dodgy at the start of the year, but these clubs now have really grasped the live stream concept and they've they've dived on. I'm getting the sides on a Thursday night from these people. They are fantastic. Whenever there's a change, I'm getting a text. And the clubs for setting up of the van and the trailer when what's needed, they're getting to me early, and so much so now. I've got clubs, Rosedale were brilliant this week. They contacted me on Tuesday, Matty Smith from Rosedale said, this is what we're thinking on Sunday, Brad. And it was an open communication. Let me know what you want to do. Are you happy with this? Or we're happy to sort you out wherever you want to go. And it's not about us being precious. What it's about is trying to get out the best possible product for this competition.
Yeah.
And the clubs have now, and the coaches in particular, everyone's brought in. I cannot thank the clubs and the coaches and the team managers enough. I just think, and I just wanted to mention that before I forgot. We'll do it again grand final day, no doubt, when we got all our thank yous. But, I've been doing this for a while for different leagues, and I can't emphasise enough, this is the best competition of football that I've ever been involved in for a buy-in of clubs and coaches. Truly magnificent, run by some sensational people. And you probably take it for granted because you've been involved in this competition for so long, but just take it for someone that's been involved in other leagues. You guys are doing a magnificent job, and I love you for it.
Yes, and I think it's from a league that's probably been starved of this type of thing as well. And now they've got it, they've grasped onto it as well. So they're really enjoying it. And I hope you guys enjoy what we give to you because we enjoy what we get from you guys as well.
That's right. And the outgoing coach, out in an elimination final on Sunday, Jacob Schuback, thanks, mate. 100% your commitment to always helping out and giving us a call or shooting us off an email or a text or something on with Sale City. It's just been incredible. Same with the President Mickey Clapton. Just unbelievable people. So I take my hat off to you. And they've made it an easy year, Matty, really.
It was. When everyone buys in, life's just easier.
Yep. And what a weekend we've got coming up. Second semi-final day and first semi-final day, Saturday and Sunday, should be ripper games. What are you looking forward to most, Matty?
Not getting wet.
It's a very good answer.
Yes.
I'll be trying the same. Hey, we'll see you on Saturday and we'll be back with you next Friday on the Be North Gippy podcast.
See you then.
Would you like to partner the weekly Be North Gippy podcast? For more information on how your business can become a sponsor, simply email brad@sinbradmedia.com.au. Sinbrad Media is local football. Sportstream Live Gippsland is the streaming partner for the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League for season 2025. Live football every weekend. Sportstream Live is local sport.
On the weekend, Sportstream Live in conjunction with the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League live streamed the netball games for A grade on the Saturday. It was the qualifying final out at Yallourn North. And on the Sunday, the elimination final out at Glengarry. Tess Maxfield headed up the call with a few other girls, and she did an absolute brilliant job, and she's been kind enough to join us. Welcome, Tess.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I've got to say, absolutely stoked and impressed with you and the girls on the weekend. I just thought your coverage was fantastic. Your knowledge and your research into both games was brilliant. So congratulations to you, Elise, Meg, Emily, who will be with you this weekend. Just brilliant work. Well done.
Thank you. I think we had a bit of a rough start on the Saturday, but once we sorted it out, it was a bit of fun, actually. Really, really had a good time. And Sunday went off without a hitch by the sounds of it. So, yeah, no, it was lots of fun.
Yeah, come across that way. The first game on the Saturday out at George Bates, Yallourn North, Sale City got up by 5, 47 to Gormandale's 42. How did you see the game?
Yeah, it was a really good watch. I think, honestly, looking at the game and thinking back, it didn't really feel necessarily like Sale City were winning by that much the whole game. I think they just came out of the gate really quick and got those quick few turnovers that gave them that like 5 or 6 point lead that they just held on to. Watching it, it didn't really, and like the vibe, it didn't really seem like Sale City were up by that much. Gormy definitely felt like they had the momentum. And yeah, once Maddie Dark got her eye in, yeah, she's pretty unstoppable. So I was a bit worried for City there for a minute, but yeah, they managed to hold on. It was a really good game, really physical, but good.
And you speak about that momentum. Gormandale come into that qualifying final with real momentum, didn't they, at the end of that home and away season?
Yeah, they finished their season really strong. Gormy really had a few big wins towards the end of the season, and it was I think it's their captain's 200th game, so their crowd was like really up and about. I really thought that they could have actually gotten over the line there. I think if they meet Sale City again, it's definitely anyone's game.
That'll be interesting. Now, the elimination final on the Sunday was an absolute thriller. I don't know if you'll be able to tell us, if there was any more than 2 or 3 points in this throughout the game. TTU 45 went down to Hayfield by 2, 47.
Yeah, I think when I looked at the clock there was probably less than a minute to go and the scores were even. I think I said to Meg at one stage, I was like, we're going into overtime here. This is going to be like unreal, especially in those elimination finals where, it's that do or die situation. Someone's season's ended. So, yeah, sad for the TTU girls. They definitely put up a really good fight. But, yeah, Hayfield just got over the line in the end.
Yeah, magnificent game. And this weekend on the Saturday out at Woodside, starting at 2:20, it'll be yourself and Emily Whitty calling that game between Churchill and Sale City. This should be a beauty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Churchill had the bye in the last round and then they finished top of the ladder. So they've had 2 weeks off, whereas City have played all the way through. And personally, for me, I would prefer to not have any weeks off heading into finals because you don't want to lose that routine. So I'm not sure what Churchill have been doing on their Saturdays, but I hope they've still been, getting the ball out and moving it around because City are definitely hungry and a super well-versed finals team.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Churchill have been the side most of the year, haven't they? There's no doubt about that. Hey, the Sunday, well, give us a tip first, Churchill, Sale City. It sounds like you're going Sale City.
Yeah, I think Churchill had a few close calls towards the end of the season. So I think I will go with City, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. On the Sunday, out at Rosedale, your home, Gormandale take on Hayfield. You'll call this game with Meg Gordon again, as you did last Sunday out at Glengarry. This one should be another one, a good one. And the thing I like about this, there's no tomorrow. I love it when it's an elimination.
We do love an elimination final. The emotions and the vibes are very high. But, it should be a good game. I think after watching Saturday and Sunday, it'll be very physical. So I think the umpires will definitely have their job cut out for them to make sure that it stays tidy. But, yeah, it should be a really good game.
Who are you going in this one?
I think I'm going to go Gormy. They've just really, really finished their season really well. But I'm really torn because Hayfield, again, yeah, as I said on Sunday, they came runners-up last year, lost to City in the final at Churchill. So I think they'd be hungry.
Yeah, and the other thing here is, Tess, is that the weather's going to be wild and woolly on the weekend. Does that play a big part in these games?
Woodside, I think definitely their shed doesn't cover too much of their either end of the goal rink. So you get a lot of weather in through there at Woodside, especially when that rain's coming in sideways. Rosedale, our courts get super slippery when they're wet, probably due for some new ones, honestly. So I'm hoping everyone can keep their feet, but we're a bit more sheltered now that we've got the new shed. So, yeah, it's really just the one end. There'll probably be a fair scoring end at Rosedale on Sunday.
Either way, we're in for a big weekend of netball again. Hey, thanks very much for your time today, Tess, and all the best with the calling, firstly on Saturday at Woodside with Emily Whitty, then on Sunday again out at Rosedale with Meg Gordon. Thanks for joining us, and have a good call on the weekend.
Thanks, Brad. I'll see you on Saturday.
Would you like to partner the weekly Be North Gippy podcast? For more information on how your business can become a sponsor, simply email brad@sinbradmedia.com.au. Sinbrad Media is local football. Sportstream Live Gippsland is the streaming partner for the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League for season 2025. Live football every weekend. Sportstream Live is local sport.
Well, that's all we have time for in the 20th edition of the Be North Gippy podcast. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, get out to the footy on the weekend. I know it's going to be cold, wet and windy, but get out, support your clubs, buy some food and drinks out there. If you can't make it, make sure you tune in to the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League YouTube channel, and you'll get all the footy and you'll get all the netball. How good was Tess Maxfield? Really looking forward to that again on the weekend. Should be a jam-packed weekend, and then it's preliminary final weekend. So until next Friday, bye for now.